Hello guys, welcome back to Constram GIS. So today we are going to do an introduction to Python using the QGIS interface. So you can see on my screen I have added a list of 9 items that we're going to look at real quick. We will see on how to add a new project. We'll see how to add vector data, then the zoom icons, and then how to add an active layer, or rather how to make a layer active. Then we will access our attribute table, and then layer properties. Then we get features from our attribute table. Then we'll have coordinates for features, and then maybe we can have coordinates and other fields. So let's go to QGIS, and under QGIS you will open plugins. And then under plugins, you'll go to Python console. So I'm going to clear everything so that it can be neat. So to open a new project, I'm just going to type in iface new project. P is the capital. Then you're going to have your brackets. Just click enter. So you can see it's returning true, meaning we have opened a new project. So next we're going to add some vector layer. So to add a vector layer, you will need to add iface.add vector layer, and then you're going to add a path, and then you can name your data and then add this last extension OGR. So for me, I know my data, it's in local D, so I'm just going next to just iface dot add vector V is capital, so is L layer, and then I can have let me say like that. So I need the last is OGR, obviously. Then there is a comma there, another comma there. I'm going to name them points, and then maybe the path is in D, colon, backslash. For Windows we use this backslash. For Mac and OS we use the forward. So it's in Constram, and then it's in points, and then let me confirm the name of the folder there. Just going to copy that name and paste it there. .shapefile shp. So that's it looks okay. I'm just going to click enter. So you can see I've entered my point data, vector data, using my Python console. And now I can use this to access the attribute table, so that it can I can work with it. So I'm just going to check to add this data that is a little less congested. So next, let's talk about the zoom. How to add zoom to your data. So you can see, let's zoom out, zoom in like that. And then let's go down here and write iface dot zoom full. F is capital, and then with that, just click enter. So it zooms back your data to the layers where you can see all of it. So to go back to the previous one, you're just going to have iface dot zoom capital T or previous, like that, brackets, click enter. So you can see it has gone back to the where we had zoomed in. So to switch between these previous and the full, you're just going to have iface dot zoom capital T to next. So it's going to zoom between this and that. So this is all about zooming. Next, we can make our layer active so that you can now access our attribute table and layer properties. So first we're going to assign this iface.active layer to a name layer. You can name it anything. but let's stick with layer. So maybe I can just even take it to QGIS like that, then click OK. Sorry, it should be, I made a mistake there. This is an equal sign. And then click enter. So to access the attribute table, we're just going to have iface.show attribute table into brackets the layer name. If you had you use a different name, then you can just have that name within those brackets. So just hit enter, and it's going to bring you an attribute table. We have name, everything that is within the attribute table. So this is how you use the Python console to access the attribute table. So let's try accessing the layer properties. It's actually the same. So all you have to do is just write that there. Let's close that, and maybe that, click enter. So this is the layer properties. You can now change anything. You can check the information, the source, the symbology, the mask, everything that is within the layer properties. So basically that's how we check the layer properties within the data. To get the features, we use for f in layer.getFeatures. So maybe you want to access let me open the attribute table. Maybe you want to access the name field, maybe you want to access the tourism field. This is how we use the query, the Python, to access that. So I'll just get that for f. This is a loop for f in layer.getFeatures. Just hit enter. I can hit double space, then I can say print, maybe let me print what? Let me print f. So I've printed f, I can run that. So you can see it has collected all the features that are within this attribute table that are under f. So maybe I want to categorically pick one field. I can just say double space, print, let me say f. Let me have those brackets, let me have these quotes, and then maybe I can write the name of the field. So I can hit enter, then maybe I can run. So unexpected intent, so meaning I have to go back and say for f. So if it says that, you just need to write everything. So for f in that, just click enter, double space, print, bracket, and then maybe I can have those, and I can have double quotes, single or double, and then I can call the name field, hit enter, maybe I can run that. So it has printed all the name field, and maybe let's go on and now access the coordinates, the coordinate field. We use the geom equals to f.geometry, and then you can print these x coordinates, and y you just have to change the x. So let's go back and say for f in the layer get feature, just going to hit enter, double space, geom is equal to f.geometry. You have your brackets, hit enter, double space, maybe I want to get the x coordinates. I'm going to have print like that, and then I'm going to have geom.as point, p is capital, I have my brackets dot x, maybe I have to put the x coordinates, I have those brackets again, and then hit enter. So I'm going to click on run, and you can see it has generated me the x coordinates of those points within the attribute table. Maybe I want the y, I'm just going to do the same. I will start the loop, and then hit enter, double space, geom equals to f dot geometry, metry, after that hit double space, print, brackets, geom dot as point, p is capital, brackets dot y, another brackets, hit enter, and then click on run command. So this is the y coordinates. So this is how we get the x or y coordinates of different points. So maybe you want to go and maybe let's access the attribute table. Remember to have your layer name, whatever you added. So this is our attribute table. Hit enter. Now I want to get the coordinates of these names. I want to have the name and then have the coordinates to their points. So I can just close that and can go back here and say for if in layer.get features, hit enter, double space, this geom equals to f dot geometry, metry, brackets, hit enter, then double space, say print. Now I want to print the names and their coordinates, so I can say f list brackets, and then remember I need quotes, call the name field. For that I can have my comma and say geom dot as point like that, dot y like that. So these are the y coordinates. And then for x, just the same like that, except you just change the x at the end of it, dot x, and then close that. So I'm just going to hit enter and then run my console. So you can see I've generated the names, the name field with the coordinates of these points. So this is how we have used Python console to generate coordinates to the names of these points. So maybe I want to copy this data to Notepad. I'm just going to highlight all this data and then I right click on it, and then I can copy. So maybe I want from Likoni Valley till the end. So just highlight like that, and then just copy here. Let's search for Notepad. Then as simple as that, we can just right click it and paste. So you can save it whichever you want. So maybe you want to find the coordinates of this bridge during a rainy season, you can find that. You want to find the coordinates of like Elementator hot spring, you can do that. And you can always print these later if you want. So that's how we work with the Python console. You have seen it's a pretty easy process, and you can always come here and refer these for your projects. Thank you, and subscribe.